Hey guys, like it's your JPS here. So this has been a while. I still gotta get the perfect grade stuff uploaded. I'm working on it, but so what I've been doing outside of that was I took this guy. Remember when I reviewed him? Well, I also had bought like 16 cans of Tamiya spray paint, and you can see one right here in the background. And I wanted to test around with it. So basically, I took off all of his armor, and I was like, I want to try something different. And I used this Tamiya spray paint. This is the TS38 gunmetal, and I wanted to spray paint this guy up. Well, his inner frame. So took off the armor and all that. And thank God for him, the armor is really easy to take off and everything. So I took all of his armor off and took each section piece by piece: the head, the torso, the waist, the legs, and the arms, and spray painted them all gunmetal. I did a test part first, which was his leg, and I should have done it the waist first. And I ended up doing it. What I did was I took this and I spray painted it white, each part white first to give it a coating, and then I went back and did gunmetal on it. It worked out, but that was a backfiring plan because it made part of the joints here messed up, so I had to do more work than I actually planned for. So what I instead did with the other one was just spray painted it gunmetal all over it. And spray painted gunmetal was not a bad idea. Just to spray the gunmetal over it, and you can actually see it here on the weapon. How the weapon has that kind of a brownish look to it, but the removable blade is gunmetal. The bubbling is kind of on my part because I kind of oversprayed it, but this gives you an idea because this brownish here or grayish, whatever you want to call it, was the same color used on the inner frame. So I took that out and I just spray painted it. I spray painted all that armor to look gunmetal. So I was out of that because I think that's like the only one that looks weird. So you can kind of see a little bobbling on it, but everything else looks good. I mean, the sword, I kind of did the same thing, and actually with the sword, I did like I did with the leg was a white base coat first, and then a gunmetal. But like I said, because it was my first time, I oversprayed too much. But you know what? With the kind of effect it gives here, you can kind of see a little bit of white in there. I don't mind a little white that actually kind of shows up on the sword here and there. It's still gunmetal and it's still a different color from the handle. So I don't mind it and I like that look and I'm sticking with it. I was debating if I wanted to paint the armor because I do have a yellow, a white, and a blue. I can use to paint the stuff. I even have like pink spray paint I can use as well, but I went against it and said I won't gonna paint it. Too bad I still have the problems with his feet, but you know, the cement glue I used down in his foot for his right foot is helping. But yeah, the entire inner frame, I just took off the armor and everything, spray painted it all gunmetal. Once it dried, add a layer of top coating, which is this stuff right here. Gotta have the top coating. It's just flat, clear top coating. Put that on it, and you know I was and it's let it dry. Done. Added the armor. Then I went back and I panel lined the stuff. And with some of it, it kind of looks like maybe some of it look gives us that black accent marking. Kind of makes it look like it's a slight weathering effect here and there. Some of it is easier to see, some of it is not. But you know, I mean, this is my first time doing something like this, and Barbatos became the test bed. But you know, I like the idea where it went. So yeah, I do like. I thought about going back and painting the weapons, but you know, I don't have a brown or something to go for the wet on this for his smooth bone rifle. So that's the thing. I could paint the barrel, but I want to hold off on it. And besides, since his rifle and mace is always going to be on his back, it's not noticed. And because he's always holding this sword, I decided to, let his sword hang out front and center. I might paint the blade itself silver because like I said, I bought 16 paints. Um, got them fairly cheap too. It's like a few bucks a can. So, like I said, I might paint this a different. I might paint the weapons up, whatever. I may not, but for now, I just wanted to do the body, just his inner frame and gunmetal because his inner frame and parts, it actually shows because it's not like he's fully armored out. So it's nice. I could actually make it where you can see the parts shine, and because I didn't want to take it apart and do that because I learned from the leg painting this, it was easier to clip certain parts. Like um, I took my little alligator clips teeth here, and I would clip it here on these parts here, on the torso, the pistons on his arms. The head, I just clipped it right at the neck, and it just went there. But the other foot, I clipped it. I took out the pistons on the other, took out the bottom piston on his on this foot. I took out the bottom piston because it's easier to remove and separate the foot. But I left the other one in there and I clipped it there and spray painted. And so yeah, it's not bad. I do have like I said, I do have all the color paints I need, so I could paint this up. But because I didn't want to go there, and I just wanted to leave the armor colors in the base color and just focus more so on the inner frame. I decided to just leave that. And like I said, this is one that was going to be the testing one. So yeah, he's the test bed that's going to help me, help me show me the way through. And you know what? For what I did with it, for my first time, I'm actually impressed. So I got to see some fruits of my labor, especially in the weapon. I just gotta ease off the paint, and just work on it better. And also take the time. Gonna probably have to cement glue that part up there, but only time will tell. But yeah, this is my Barbatos, and I only painted the inner frame. I know it's not much, but it's still something. Well, inner frame and part of the weapons. It's still something, and I still think it looks nice. It still gives me an intimidating look. And actually, when I painted part of it, because some of the joints got painted and other parts here and there, it did tighten them up in a few places. Like I said, like when I painted him, when in my review I said this part came loose for the foot. After painting it and then cement gluing it, it actually did tighten it up, so it does feel more stiff in there. It's not perfect, but it's something. But yeah, my Barbatos actually turned out better. He looks more menacing, and the panel lining and how I did it actually adds a little bit of flair and depth to it. Too bad I just can't get this part to stay on, and this was the part part of that foot I messed up on. But I'm not complaining. I'm not worried. It is what it is, and I do like my Barbatos. So, this is the first one I did, so it's gonna be like probably see like maybe three more in this, and then that'll be one video, and then you'll see another one.